Hi, it's Caitlin, and I'm here with probably the best nail polish packaging I have ever experienced in my life from Holo Taco for their fourth limited edition anniversary collection. And let me tell you, it's pretty cool. For those of you who were around when there were VHS videos, I was. This is definitely a throwback with the packaging for this collection, which I think is brilliant, but the collection itself features 5 new holographic bright jelly polishes, which are very squishy, very cute, and I'm excited to show you those. And Holo Taco has also released a new on-the-go nail bag that you can take with you if you want to do your nails on the road. And as I struggle to open it, I just want to show you just how well conceived this is. There's just a really great design for this. It reminds me of like a lunchbox I had when I was a kid. But there's a zippered part at the top where you can put brushes, cleanup brushes, nail art stuff. And then at the bottom, you've got perfectly sized styrofoam to store all of your Holo Taco polishes, which I think is really clever. And everything matches the theme. It matches the nail polishes. These are available now. It is limited edition. So I think we should just get into the swatches. Let's start with Box Office Bomb, which is a really fun shade of orange, and I've been very into oranges lately, so this one was a welcome addition to the collection versus seeing a neon green. I think that was an interesting choice. So this one is described as a bright orange jelly with scattered holo, and this one has a really good formula. They all pretty much have the same formula. I will say that this formula is very fluid, so don't overload your brush. I recommend building up your polish in 2 coats or 3 if you want, but these are jellies, which means you can get away with them looking a bit more transparent than a cream, but it's all a matter of taste. So this one I found to have really good coverage in 2 coats. You could sort of see the tip of my nail line in 2 coats, but I didn't want to do 3. So these do dry down kind of matte, but not totally matte, almost sort of like a rubbery finish. And there's no texture or anything from the glitter. It will be very, very easy to remove, but I do recommend a glossy top coat. I'm using a very old bottle of Glossy Taco that I found. So here it is with the top coat. And was it Blockbuster that had orange color for the branding? I don't know. This orange is like triggering some sort of memory from the 90s. Anyway, I really, really wish I had sun when I swatch these polishes, but it has just been storming here nonstop. So you're gonna get cloudy swatches, and then I'll use my flash to show off the polish, but you can see that this is still pretty even without sunshine to show off the holo. And here it is with the flash, and I will note that this is definitely not the most holo formula I have encountered, so it's twinkly, it's pretty, but it kind of mostly looks a bit silvery when you put everything all together. And next up we have Life in Plastic, and obviously this one is very relevant right now for Barbie, which is having a cultural renaissance with the film, which I have not seen yet, but hope to very soon because I was deeply, deeply into Barbie when I was a kid. And I may or may not have been playing with Barbies with my sister, younger sister, until I was maybe a teenager. So anyway, this one is a bright pink jelly with scattered holographic sparkle in it. This is just a gorgeous shade of pink. It really is, to me, when I think of like a Barbie shade of pink, this is the color that comes to mind. And what I love about it is that it's bright, but it's also not, I don't want to say pastel, but it just has this quality to it that's not neon. It's just bright enough. So I liked this one in 2 coats. I will let you build it up in however many you want. But to me, 2 is good. You might need 3. And of course, glossy top coat, because I feel like gloss is a very Barbie finish. And honestly, this is just such a pretty pink. This is very me territory with the pink. And it looks brighter in some lighting than in others. But overall, it's just this really beautiful, I think it's warm. I'm not good at describing colors, but it's really pretty. And here you can see it with the flash on. This one is sparklier than the orange. Moving along, we have High Def, and this one is a really fun shade. So this one is described as a yellow jelly, but it's leaning a bit chartreuse to me, and I think it sort of serves that dual purpose because there isn't a green in the collection. It's like a green leaning yellow. So this one is so funny because the description on the website says to pull up a bubble chair, and I was that girl with a bubble chair. So this one, it was a pink bubble chair, obviously. I'm pretty sure it was pink. I don't know. Maybe my Barbie had a pink bubble chair. But anyway, this one is really squishy and transparent. This one I found to be the sheerest. It had a good formula, but out of all of them, I found that it was the most finicky. But as you can see, it's still building up well. I just felt like it needed 3 coats. And this one is really bright. Again, not quite a neon, but it just has this greenness to it, if that makes sense. And it's really fun. So this one, as you can see, dries down a little bit dull. I didn't try any of these matte, but I feel like it would be fun to try them matte. I always think that hollow should be glossed, but I think the finish of these being jellies, you could sacrifice some of the sparkle using a matte top coat just to get that squishy brightness. Hopefully you can see when I just sort of blurred my camera. I think that the jelly base eats up a tiny bit of the holographic sparkle effect, so I'm not getting like a super rainbowy effect with these polishes. It just looks like little silver specks and the occasional twinkle, which is still really cool, but I just wanted to put that out there. If you think these are going to be like a scattered hollow or linear hollow effect with the rainbows, you won't get that, but you could always top these with scattered hollow taco or even linear hollow taco to get a more in-your-face hollow effect. And I do have one layering combo at the end to check out. Now we're moving into the blue in the collection, which is called Be Kind Rewind, which was just like such an iconic slogan back in the day when you had video rental stores. Wow, it's bringing back a lot of nostalgia for me when I think about this. It's just so crazy. I feel very old, and I feel like the world has changed so much when I think about my childhood and riding my bike to the video store to rent a VHS. And we actually had like a dedicated machine that had like a high-speed rewind feature. It's wild. Anyway, this one is described as a bright blue jelly with scattered holographic sparkle. They do say on the website you can pick your preference for opacity, 1, 2, or 3 coats, and these do all have a very good formula, so you could even wear them in 1 coat if that is what you're into. But this one I thought benefited from the 3rd coat just to like even everything out, and you can kind of see what I mean about when you do go with the 3rd coat, it pretty much covers up the nail line. And this one also reminds me of like a fish tank. It's a very aquatic blue and very squishy. So here it is in the 3 coats plus top coat. This is a really fun shade of blue, I will say that. And I just do really like this jelly finish. Everybody, probably if you've been here before, you know that I like sheerer polishes. So I definitely like jellies, and I like that squishy look versus an opaque cream. I feel like there's a lot more room for error when you're using a cream, but these kinds of polishes and their finishes are more forgiving. They don't show tip wear as much as than a cream, so it's just a win overall. And here we have Anti-Hero. And Anti-Hero, I mean, I feel like that's a bit of a nod to Taylor Swift, but also anti-heroes are a movie trope. So the description says, why be so predictable when you could be the anti-hero instead? Set yourself apart by coating your fingertips with this vibrant purple jelly polish and its flashy, scattered holographic pizzazz. And then if your BFF tries to borrow your bottle, simply remind them they can't handle the hollow. Very anti-hero behavior. So this one, I love the shade of purple. It's super pretty. It's like almost leaning towards a magenta, almost a bit neon. And I will say, I don't know if it's my imagination, but I do think this one, somehow the hollow shows up the best in this polish. And I don't think it is my imagination. Like, you can just see more of the rainbowiness of the hollow flecks in this one. So I really like that about it. And I also like this one in 2 coats, but if you build it up in 3, it's going to deepen the purple effect. And I just am obsessed with how squishy this is. I really do love this color. I really think it's pretty. I guess I'm the problem because I always think, oh, most nail polish makers really make purples. Like, that seems to be the most common nail polish color, but it might just be that I like it the best. But if someone's ever done a study, I feel like purple is like the most common indie or boutique nail polish color, at least right now. Anyway, you can see what I mean about the hollow in this video clip. It definitely is the sparkliest and rainbowiest. And just for fun, I wanted to do a little layering, so I took Freezer Burn from the Fire and Ice collection that just came out and layered it in 1 coat over Anti-Hero. And I just think that this was the best decision I made all day. So there's something about the blue shimmer in Freezer Burn that just works so well with the Anti-Hero base color, and it's subtle, but it just adds a little something extra to this mani. So let me know if you do any layering combos with the Anniversary collection, because I think it has very good layering potential with other polishes and toppers. So you might have noticed in the intro that I have a Skittle on with all of the polishes, which is honestly probably the best way to wear them. I do think this collection works beautifully as a Skittle. Let me know if you agree. But if I did have to pick a single polish as a standout, I think I'm gonna go with Anti-Hero. I don't know why, it just felt like the most hollow of all of these jellies. Somehow the sparkle showed up the best, but obviously a close second is Life in Plastic, because who doesn't love bright pink? It's very Barbiecore, which is obviously very now. Hopefully it's not passé by the time this video comes out. I still haven't seen the movie, but hopefully this week. So let me know what you think of this Anniversary collection. Let me know if you've already picked it up or if you're planning on picking it up. Let me know what your favorites are, what your thoughts are on this finish, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Have a good day. Bye.